What if I told you that one battle in the Middle Ages was so chaotic that many soldiers didn't just lose to enemies but to mud, panic, and their own teammates? And by the end of this story, you'll understand how a smaller, weaker army defeated a giant force in a way no one expected. Let's go back over 600 years ago. It's October 25, 1415, in a place called Agincourt in France. The weather is terrible. It has been raining, and the ground is wet, soft, and muddy like when you walk in a field after heavy rain and your feet keep sinking. Two armies are facing each other. On one side, you have the French army. They are huge, around 20,000 to 25,000 soldiers. They have powerful knights, strong horses, and shiny armor made of steel. These knights trained their whole lives to fight. They believed they were the best. On the other side, you have the English army. Only about 6,000 soldiers. Many are tired from traveling long distances. Some are sick. They don't have much food left. They are far from home and surrounded by enemies. Now think about it. If you had to choose which side would win, you'd probably pick the French without even thinking. They have more soldiers, better equipment, more confidence. It seems like an easy victory. But this battle is about to prove something surprising. The English didn't try to match the French in strength. Instead, they used something smarter. Their secret weapon was the longbow. This wasn't a small bow like in cartoons. These were big, almost as tall as a person. And the archers who used them were highly trained. Each archer could shoot around 10 arrows every minute. Now imagine thousands of archers shooting at once. The sky would fill with arrows. It would look like a dark cloud falling down on the enemy. But the French knights didn't think this was dangerous. They trusted their heavy armor. They believed arrows couldn't hurt them easily. And that's where they made a big mistake. Because they forgot about something even more important: the ground beneath their feet. The rain had turned the battlefield into deep, sticky mud. And the area was narrow, with forests on both sides. That meant the French army had to move forward in a tight, crowded space. When they started their attack, their heavy armor, normally their advantage, became a problem. They couldn't move fast. Some slipped. Some fell. Horses struggled to run properly. Imagine trying to run while wearing something very heavy in mud that keeps pulling you down. That's what they were dealing with. And while they were struggling, the English archers began shooting. Thousands of arrows flew again and again. The French couldn't dodge easily because they were packed together. Horses panicked and threw riders off. Soldiers crashed into each other. The front soldiers slowed down, but the ones behind kept pushing forward. This created a huge crowd where no one could move properly. It was like being stuck in a massive traffic jam, but instead of cars, it was thousands of soldiers in armor in mud under attack. And then things got worse. The French soldiers became tired very quickly. Walking through mud while carrying heavy armor used up their energy fast. By the time they reached the English lines, many were already exhausted. That's when the English made their next move. The archers stopped shooting, dropped their bows, and picked up weapons like axes, knives, and wooden hammers. Then they ran forward into the crowd. Now the battle became close and messy. The French knights, who were supposed to be strong and powerful, couldn't move well. Their armor made it hard to stand up if they fell. Some soldiers slipped into the mud and couldn't get back up. Others were pushed down by the crowd behind them. Some were even crushed under piles of bodies. This wasn't like the stories where knights fight in clean duels. This was chaotic, loud, and frightening. People were shouting, slipping, falling, and trying to survive. And the mud kept trapping them, making it harder to escape or fight back. After hours of this intense fighting, the battle finally ended. and the result shocked everyone. Between 6,000 and 10,000 French soldiers were killed. The English? Only about 400. That's an unbelievable difference. A much smaller, weaker army defeated a much larger and stronger one and lost very few soldiers compared to their enemy. Even more surprising, many of the French who died were important knights and leaders. These were the people who were expected to win easily. This battle completely changed how people thought about war. But there is also a darker and more serious part of this story. During the battle, the English king, Henry V, made a very difficult and controversial decision. He ordered his soldiers to kill many of the French prisoners they had captured. Even at that time, this was seen as wrong by many people. Normally, prisoners were kept alive. Some people believe Henry made this decision because he feared another attack and didn't have enough soldiers to guard the prisoners. Others believe it was too harsh and unnecessary. Even today, historians still debate whether it was the right decision or not. So why is this battle so important? Because it proved something that changed history. Before this, knights in heavy armor were seen as unbeatable. They were like superheroes of the battlefield. People believed that strength and armor always meant victory. But this battle showed something different. It showed that smart thinking, good strategy, and using the environment can be more powerful than strength alone. The English used the muddy ground to their advantage. They used longbows to attack from a distance. They stayed organized while the French became crowded and confused. It's like a game where the strongest player loses because they didn't think carefully while the smarter player wins. The Battle of Agincourt became famous all over the world. People told stories about it for hundreds of years. Writers, including Shakespeare, turned it into plays and legends. It became a symbol of how the underdog, the smaller, weaker side, can still win. But behind all those stories, one truth remains. War is not clean or simple. It's messy, confusing, and often decided by small details. In this case, something as simple as rain and mud changed everything. If the ground had been dry, the French might have moved faster. Their knights might have fought more effectively. The entire outcome of the battle could have been different. That's how powerful small changes can be. So here's the big lesson from this story. You don't always need to be the biggest or strongest to win. Sometimes, being smart, using what you have, and understanding your situation is what really matters. And now think about this. What if the French had respected the longbows? What if they had waited for better weather? What if they had spread out instead of crowding together? History might look completely different today. If you enjoyed this story, you're going to love the next one where even stranger moments in history changed everything in ways no one expected. So make sure to stick around, because the next story might surprise you even more.